Yes, y'all. We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, what is good in the hood? What's up, y'all? Now, normally, I had just finished saying that I wasn't gonna do Friday Vibes for a while, but I had to make a little exception in this case today. Today is a special episode. We're gonna talk all things QR code, and I'm gonna answer some of your questions and just talk to you about some of the experiences we've been having in these short, 2 weeks that it's been out? A week, 2 weeks around there. So it's been pretty cool. But first, let's take attendance, son. Let us see who is in the building. My man Mir Depp, TST, NML, Mir Depp, of course. Tanya, what's up? Nightmare One. And Gorilla Strong, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in the building, son. In the building. Let me see something. I'm trying to just see what the volume is to that. What's going on, party people? Hopefully everybody's okay. It's been a fascinating couple of weeks, a week and a half. I don't even remember when the album came out. What was it? 7th. Oh, so we're just a week in. That's all we are. We just have a week in, and it's been. What's up, Nicholas? What's the deal, son? Okay, first and foremost, I want to talk about that I went to go see Spider-Man and I enjoyed it. And let's get that out of my system. I really did enjoy the Spider-Man movie. But my favorite movie of the year so far is a martial art movie called The Furious. If you haven't seen this movie, I highly suggest you go and watch it. It is easily some of the best fight choreography I've ever seen on the screen. It's just really well thought, well calculated fight choreography, and that's the best I could say without ruining anything for that. Bananas, what's up, son? What's going on, man? Everybody good? Yeah, man. So it's called The Furious. It's a Southeast Asian movie. I think it was either produced somehow. It's not connected story-wise, but it's connected to the team or it has a vibe of that movie, The Raid. Now that movie, for a lot of martial art movie fans, is like top tier. So this movie is like above, for me, it's slightly above it because the fight choreography is just insane. And one thing that I do want to point out is that if you're a martial arts movie fan, my man Gorilla, he went in, he copped the Q Unique and Redmatic action figures. Those are on their way. Those already got shipped. Oh, man. Word, Bananas, I hear that, man. Get that taken care of, man. So what I was saying, so there's two lead actors, and thank you, Nicholas. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the support, for real, with the super chats, super stickers, and super gifts. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. So getting back to the movie, The Furious, the lead, the actor is playing a mute in the movie. He's not mute in real life. But what's fascinating about the lead actor is that if you're a martial arts movie fan, you've seen this cat before, but way back in the day, he was a child actor in 2 Jet Li movies, one of them being My Father is a Hero. And in those movies, he was already a phenomenon as far as his skill as a child. And so now he's all grown up and he plays a dad in this movie. I don't want to give away too much of it, but his fighting is like nuts. Whoever overall choreographed, I gotta look it up, but whoever put the fight scenes together, whatever stunt team did that, it's amazing. So, my man Nicholas, represent, son. That's what's up. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know why there's no new Superman. You know, I do know that the reviews came in for that new Green Lantern series, and supposedly it's really good. So I have to go and check that out when I get a chance. So, but now what I want to get into, I want to talk to you guys about The Furious. Yes, you got to check it out. If you're a martial arts movie fan, you're not checking it out for Academy Award-winning acting or the best screenplay or whatever. You're really checking this out for the fight choreography. It's when you watch it and you analyze what they're doing, there's certain scenes that I was sitting there like, this is genius. Like the way they thought about specific fight scenes or just the look of it or certain gestures that the lead actor was doing. But, hopefully some of y'all will watch it, so. On September 8th, I'm gonna be busy with the new Halloween game that take back 1978. Oh, okay, that's what's up, man. Will Sanchez, what's the deal? Thank you very much for that. I appreciate you. We're actually gonna start talking right now. Crondon, Nasty Ruckus is in the building. What's up? Yes, exactly, Nasty Ruckus. It's that one. It's that kid. Dope. So Crondon has been acting for a little bit now. He was in, the one thing that I remember, he was in the WB series of Black Lightning, and he played a villain on that. So Crondon has already been putting in his work in acting. I actually just wrapped up 6-7 months of acting training out here in LA under an amazing acting coach, Jorge Payo. If anybody's interested, I follow him on Instagram. He does online courses and all of that. The prices are really good. So if you're interested in acting of any kind, I'll put up his links. Needle Juice in the building. Okay, now let's get into the real talk. Let's talk all things QR code. As I'm talking, I want you to hit me with your questions as well. First of all, we had our listening party last week on the 16th, Thursday. And people came out, man. Jay Swift, producer of The Far Side, he was in the building. Akil from the Jurassic 5, the members of the Fantastic Four, DJ team, J-Rock, Mr. Chalk, Truly Odd, and C- was in the building. Beat Junkies. Man, I know I'm gonna go blank. Everybody that was involved, B, the homie from Raw, Culture, the incredible people at Arts Towers Cafe who threw the event for us. Thank you, Nicholas. I truly appreciate that. Yes, of course, TST, of course. I truly appreciate it, man. Thank you. I was supposed to hop on somebody's show, and I think that their schedule got beat up or something. I'm not sure if it was you or somebody else that came in the chat. But, yeah, the venue was dope, and, like, a lot of people came through. It was amazing. The love was crazy, and the fact that I saw a lot of y'all watching the live feed, that was dope. The new Legend of Shaolin, that's the joint right there. Thank you, Nasty. Yeah, it was. Thank you for reminding me, because the one thing that I want to say about the QR code, and it was something that I told the audience while I was there, was, when you go through my albums, I could like do Machiavelli, what's the deal? Yes, Ryu was there. I killed from J5, Metaphor. See, Machiavelli, thank you for the assist. When you go through my albums, right, excluding groups like Arsonist, because look, the first Arsonist album to me is one of the most hip hop albums I've ever done, hands down, and a very important album in my career. And then when you get into my solo work, Vengeance Is Mine is my public exorcism, and then each album I have like a vibe with. Between Heaven and Hell is me coming out of the darkness. Black Coffee is me completely out of the darkness, but going on a real solo mission because there's no features on that album. The Mechanic was a careful balance of having features and still producing and doing my thing and maintaining. When you go to Pound for Pound, that again going back on a solo mission because there's no features on there, but musically there are because Fieldy, my homie Fieldy, bass player from Korn, played bass on that album, and Wub from the band POD played drums on the first track of that album. That's the only features on that album. And then you fast forward to Royal Blood, and again there's no features, but we do have DJ Presto One doing all the cuts, and Jake Palumbo produced that entire album. Now we get into the QR code, and with the QR code, thank you, Machiavelli, I appreciate that. Thank you, Nicholas, thank you. Enjoy that. QR code to me is a massive hip hop moment of a different kind. Thank you, Gorilla, I appreciate that. That's what's up, TST, that's what's up. Now, the difference between the QR code and as a hip hop moment and the first Arsonist album as a hip hop moment, there's the obvious. The Arsonist is a combined effort, and I was in a different place mentally and where I was at mature-wise. And when you come to the QR code, the reason why it's a little different is Rhetmatic produced the entire album, so that already gives it its own taste, its own flavor. And B, where I'm at mentally, spiritually, is totally different from the rest of the albums in my catalog. But skill-wise and craft-wise, there's a different level of dignity there compared to all the rest of my albums. And to be able to work with someone like Rhetmatic, for those that don't know, is Rhetmatic is like an ambassador out here in LA, with the Beat Junkies, with the Visionaries, with what he does at the Beat Junkies Academy. He's constantly behind the turntables or, doing some event, and it's always amazing. And to be able, first of all, you gotta understand that me and Red have known each other before I was in the Arsonist. And he and I being in Rocksteady together, and Zulu together, at Fat Beats together, and Big Cruise together, all of that. And now here we are doing this album together. And it took us about 2 years to put this together. And now what I would like to do, see you Machiavelli, have a good weekend. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Gorilla? Thank you for that. He is, and he has a fascinating yet amazing, he is, Nicholas, thank you, like production. And what's crazy is like I was telling the audience how Rhett had such a humble approach when we started this whole journey, because Rhett, I think, I don't want to like be dismissive. Rhett does understand his worth and his value, but he doesn't wear it like a platinum chain, if you get my drift. There's no ego involved. So a lot of the times when we would build on something, he would always be super humble about it, not because he was trying to be, but that's just his demeanor. And so, oh wow, TST, that's heavy, man. Yo, Thank you for sharing that, for real, man. And the world's a better place with you here, man. And thank you for being with us here, and thank you for sharing and opening up like that, for real, man. Salute to you, man. Serious. Serious. That's big. So now I'm gonna get into certain things so you could kind of understand where we were going with all of this. So the album opens up with the intro. Computer voice comes on. She's talking. The reason why we did that, actually, the reason why Rhett did it, he and I were having a conversation, and we were a few cuts in of the album. We weren't done yet, but we were a few cuts in. Thank you, Nasty Ruckus. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. Me and Rhett were having a conversation. We had about 4 or 5 songs, 4 or 5 demos recorded, and I was starting to get a vibe. You know, when you start to put together an album. Andy, what's going on, son? Welcome. We're talking all things QR code. You just caught me at the first track. That's good. Good to be here. When you putting together an album, you could either get a vibe of what's going on. Usually I do. And there's usually certain artists I listen to during each album. And for some reason, as we were doing this album, the QR code, I started getting like heavy Tribe Called Quest vibes. I can't really explain why. It's just what my heart was feeling. So, you know, in a regular conversation, I was just telling Red, I was like, yo, man, I'm getting Tribe vibes with what we're doing, man. That's all I said. I said Tribe vibes. Oh, that's what's up, man. Thank you, TST. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Salute to you, man. Thank you. So then I was surprised when Rhett was putting it together. He got the computer. Make a long story short, what Rhett ended up doing was taking the conversation, creating that computer thing, and what it is it's a tip of the hat, or, you know, giving flowers to a Tribe Called Quest. The Midnight Marauders album, they had their tour guide with the computer voice, so we were just walking in their footsteps as far as it being inspired. So that's our tour guide, and Rhett did all the programming for that. I had nothing to do with what she's saying. So whatever she's saying, Rhett programmed it and sequenced the album and put it together. And what up, Yeesh? What's going on? Welcome, welcome. And so stay strong, TST, for reals. Rhett uses a bunch of different things. I know he's used the MPC. I know he uses Serato Studio, I believe it's called. Reason, he uses a bunch of different things. But I think on this one, predominantly, he was using the Serato Studio. I think it's called Serato Studio to produce this whole album. So that's how he created the intro, with keeping in mind what I had told him about a Tribe Called Quest, and therefore we have the same vibe of a tour guide. And it's fascinating because when we did the video with Elemento, I had DJ Stutters replicate Award Tour, their video from Midnight Marauders. So if you put Award Tour and our song Fire Vision together, they're kind of similar. They're very similar. We're copying a Tribe Called Quest to show them love as well. So there's a lot of Tribe Called Quest salutes on this. Now, Cypher Up, the first song that comes on. I've spoken about this several times, but I'll repeat just to keep things in order. Cypher Up was the first song I wrote for this album, and what I wanted to do was just say some fly shit, some Brooklyn fly shit, but throw in a lot of like 5% Nation of Islam type lingo, like slight, like really slight, especially towards the end. And I'll break it down for you. So the reason, first of all, the reason why I did that was because my favorite eras of hip hop, of the crack era into the golden era. So that's like late 80s into the 90s, right? And if you know anything about that time, the 5% Nation of Islam and the Nation of Islam were very dominant in hip hop, very. From the audience to the rappers, Rakim, Kane, Lakim, Shabazz, the Brand Nubians, Poor Righteous Teachers, Public Enemy. You get my drift. Like the list goes on and on and on. And we are all fans of these groups and these soloists, and we could all agree that a lot of the wisdom that they were spitting, pulling from the well of the 5% Nation of Islam or the Nation of Islam, meant a lot to us as listeners. Whether it flew over our heads and we just kept on listening and it finally, you know, made sense or whatever, but that influence was heavy during that time. And as time went on, you could see the influence kind of drop. And I feel like that caused an imbalance in hip hop from my perspective. And so I just wanted to kind of like throw that in a little bit with, that's fun. You're a funny guy, Nasty Ruckus. The champions by the 4 hour. Yes, yes. That's right, TST, that's right. Thank you for that. When I say Knowledge God 17 at the end of Cypher Up, Knowledge God is 1-7 in the 5% Nation of Islam. I'm not gonna go in depth because I'm not a 5%er. These are just quick facts, okay? So 1, knowledge, 7, the number of God, right? Knowledge God, and then I put it together as 17, and then 17, Q is the 17th letter of the alphabet. So I was being, you know, just quick-witted about it and throwing all that together, but that was my thing with Cypher Up. So that's Cypher Up broken down right there. Yes. Nicholas, the album will be on vinyl. The album is actually on its way from the pressing plant, and we're gonna have cassette tapes as well. So stay tuned for that. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna be repeating this throughout this show, and Gorilla knows this because I did this yesterday, but let me go here real quick for real second. Let's go here. Where am I? Boom. Okay, we're gonna click this. And here we are on the merch, right? So the merch page has changed just for this cycle. We got all the new merch. We got the QR code shirt, which I'm wearing right now. We've got the Comic-Con Nerd Shit shirt. That's the song that we got with Pharoah Monch. We got the CDs. We got the action figure set. We got the QR code tote bag. These are the iron-on patches. These are the embroidered patches. There's the QR code poster, and there's the Comic-Con Nerd Shit poster. This is what we have so far. We have cassettes on the way, and we have vinyl on the way, so stay tuned for that. But what I want to say today is that anyone who orders today will get a free, I'm not holding the right box, but you'll get a free unopened Yo MTV Rap pack of cards, right? That's number one. So if you order a shirt, the tote bag, the patches, the poster, the CD, you get a free pack of cards. Now, if you order the action figure pack today, right now, as we're doing this live, right? You will get, along with it, a CD, a poster, and the cards, and a sticker pack with that order. A lot of incentives now for that. Gorilla just ordered his yesterday when I did this yesterday on IG Live. I'm doing it one more night, tonight. So if you order the action figure pack, you get the CD, the sticker pack, the Yo MTV Rap cards, and a poster, along with a pin. So while we're talking, that's where we're at. So just wanted to just give you that real quick and let you know. So there you go. There you go. The figures are very limited. Very limited. Get in on it. We are almost done. And I'm not joking. We're almost done. We almost sold out at the listening party, and I had to tell the person that was selling them, like, nah, you got to hold something from the website. So here we are. If you want to jump on it, a lot of incentives while I'm doing this live feed. All right, let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. Okay, we just talked about Cypher Up. Now we're going to talk about It Only Leads the Way. I already spoke about this, but I'm going to reiterate. I'm just keeping things in order. Thank you. Yes, single digit. You're right. We're not in double digits anymore. We are down to single digits. And I'm not talking 9, way less than that. So if you're going to hop in and make that purchase, please. And believe me, that's why I'm doing the incentives, because I appreciate y'all. Anyway, so It Only Leads the Way is, it's in a, top of your game is still evolving. Man, thank you very much, man. Thank you so very much, Nightmare. I truly appreciate you for that. It means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, TST. Thank you. Okay, so here we go. It Only Leads the Way is an apology. And I know some of my friends say, you don't got to apologize. You could be unapologetic, but I wanted to apologize. And specifically for a lot of this stuff that I was saying in the early part of 2000s. I was in a different headspace. I was in a different place spiritually, everything. I was in a really dark place, to be honest with y'all. And so I was in a place that I didn't give a fuck what I was saying or who it affected. And as time went on, especially when I got to the Black Coffee album, I started to feel a certain way about it, but I didn't really do anything yet. I just kind of was trying to figure it out. And it was a couple of conversations with a couple of friends. And then I've told the story before, I went to Soul Spasm, the label that actually I'm working with currently, and they helped me clean up my catalog. A lot of y'all know this story. But getting to the song, I wanted to apologize for kind of losing my way. And the reason why I say that is because when I was in The Arsonist, I wasn't on that Wild Out shit really like that. The Arsonist, especially that first album, we had a certain dignified way about what we were definitely chaos, but we had a very dignified way of doing hip hop. And so that was always the mission, and I kind of got lost in the early 2000s for many reasons, which I don't really care to go into right now. But speaking about this song, It Only Leads the Way, it's like the first verse is apologizing, especially for misogynistic lyrics, which is something that, for me personally, I'm not a hip hop cop or a lyric police officer. I'm not here to judge anyone that does it. They have to, if they believe in what they're saying, if they feel like that's their art, then that's their right. That's none of my business. You know what I mean? But for me, I feel a certain way about myself doing that. I have my sister, I have cousins, I have loved ones, mothers, grandmothers, aunts, all of that stuff that are very important to me. And when I wild out like that, I kind of disrespected all of them in many ways, made it awkward. Without going too deep, so that first verse is an apology. And then the second verse is kind of like an admittance to, looking at hip hop and knowing that there's parts of it that are kind of soiled and chaotic, and admitting that even I have a hand in that, even I'm to blame for that, but we could do better. We can do better. And so that's basically where It Only Leads the Way it goes, you know what I mean? So that's the deal. Thank you, Gorilla, I appreciate you. Next, Fire Vision, featuring Elemento from The Visionaries. Fire Vision was one of those things where when I heard the beat, that was when I knew Rhett was different Thank you, Bananas. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Fire Vision was one of those things where that's when I first kind of really realized that Rhett's production was different from what I had been used to as far as what I was looking for beats. And I loved it because it gave us a signature for this album, you know? And so Fire Vision was like, we're gonna say some fly shit on this, and Rhett was gonna cut up in the hook, and we were gonna have Elemento from the Visionaries, not only because Rhett's in the Visionaries and I got love for the Visionaries, but Elemento was somebody, look, I love all the Visionaries. Elemento was one of them, you know, I pay attention to all of them, but he was one of them that I was paying attention to and was like, yo, Rhett, see if L would be down. And he was down, man, and he came with it, man. You know, L killed it, and I was very happy to have that team up, you know, because I've been admiring the Visionaries for a long time, and so it was dope to not only just have Rhett, but one of the representatives in the lyrical department on the album. And so Elemento came through and blessed us with a dope verse. It's one of my favorite songs on the album. Success, featuring the homie Mech Rashawn, Mr. Mech. For those that don't know who Mech is, Mech comes from a group called QN5, if y'all know the QN5. Thank you, Gorilla. I appreciate that. Thank you. Mech is from a crew called QM5, and it's crazy because back in the day when I had first caught wind of the QM5, I instantly felt Arsonist vibes, which was dope because they were carrying the torch. You know what I mean? They were doing dope things. They were all dope lyrically, and I loved them dudes. And so Mech went on and he got down with one of the biggest hip hop podcast shows with Math Hoffa. And so if you guys watch that show, Mech is the dread with the little gray in his beard. That's Mech. And what's really like cool about my friendship with Mech, first of all, I've known him forever. Yes, there you go, Nicholas. You know the deal. Tone Deaf is sick. He is so fucking dope. So what's dope about my friendship with Mech was that Mech worked at the label that worked my album Royal Blood. And he worked the first Mother Fuzz single as well. So that was like me and Mech working together on the business side. And then once I started working on this album, he was definitely one of the first people I was like, yo, you gotta be down on this album. And on this song, we're talking about the pitfalls of highly successful artists that we have been around. We don't name anyone, but me and Mech have that in common where we've been around some like really successful artists that have sold millions and millions and millions of records. And when you're behind the scenes and you see some of the tragic situations that these very successful people have to deal with, it's actually shocking because it's a lesson in success doesn't mean happiness. Even if you look it up just on a basic level, if you look up success in the dictionary, the word happiness shouldn't be in the definition. And I think that sometimes we strive for success because, you know, we think, I've been guilty of it, we think that there's happiness in the definition somewhere, and being around these people, clearly happiness wasn't even in the building. And so we partnered up and wrote this song, a tale-telling song about some of the things that we've seen. So the names are kept muted, but these are true stories that we're talking about. So that's the song Success. Shout out to both Elemento and Mech Rashawn. Moving on. The Good Life. The Good Life is also, I consider that the beautiful song of the album, man. The Good Life is, there you go, Nicholas, you know the deal. The Good Life is a song that in the first verse, I'm talking about evolving and letting go, whether it's habits or friends, or maybe you were in a certain circle and you start to grow and the circle no longer works for you, or the chemistry that you have with those specific friends at that time it's no longer relevant, and you have to make a decision to move on. And I partly wrote that because I think for all of us it's a very challenging thing when you look at a circle that you've been a part of and all of a sudden there's a shift and your soul starts to tell you to move on, or something happens and you have to move on, or whatever have you. And so that first verse is based on that, where it's like I'm kind of like, talking about experiences of being in different circles, whether it's the Arsonist or other circles that you guys have seen me in, where, in the beginning it's all beautiful and lovely, but then as you move on, the circle changes or you change. And so you got to be like, yo, it's time for me to move. And it's something that we got to tell ourselves and train ourselves to do, because even I'm guilty of overstaying my welcome in those circles. And then all of a sudden there's an awkwardness or beef or whatever have you, and you're not listening to your soul or your gut to move on. That's the first verse. And then in the second verse, again, returning back to apologizing, I'm apologizing to friends for my behavior. Never mind just lyrics, just in the past, I'm not a perfect person. None of us are. So I'm just apologizing to those that will hear my apology. I'm apologizing on that second verse. And then, the chorus, that's me singing on the chorus. And what made that kind of fun. That's a good question. No, what's going on, baby? All good, all good. We're only up to the good life. We're talking about the album. You got to just rewind later and catch up later on. When I sang the chorus, Rhett knows that I sing with the rock band Mother Fuzz and in the past with Stillwell or whatever have you. So he already knew that I sang, but I didn't tell him I was gonna sing on the chorus. So when I did it, he was like really excited. So at the end, when you hear me singing for what feels like an eternity, that was actually Rhett's idea. He enjoyed it so much that he wanted me to sing it like all the way out into the a cappella part of it. And what's beautiful about working with Rhett was that he really stepped up as a producer. He sequenced the album. I didn't put the songs in order. He did, and all the interludes and everything, and even how the songs are edited and things of that nature. And so with that song, he was the one that let me sing all the way to the end, and he dropped the beat and all of that stuff. So that's the beautiful song, Good Life, of the album. Thank you. 9 minutes. Thank you. Nasty, welcome back, TST. Nasty, I'm neither or. I sit and think about what I'm gonna say, a bunch of lines, and I just go to the mic and just, sometimes if I'm not by a mic, I'll just repeat a bunch of rhymes in my head till I get in front of the mic and just put it out, So that's through after years and years and years of doing this. I used to be a rhyme book guy, lyric book, whatever you call that. But now it's more of just sitting, listening to the beat, getting the vibe, and then going into the booth and spitting it out. So that's the deal with that. Eric, ladies and gentlemen, Eric Lanard is in the building. The bass player from Mother Fuzz is in the building. He is here. Yeah, he did. No, he really, that's why the chemistry between me and Rhett is so awesome, because what I do is my responsibility and what he does is his responsibility. It's kind of unspoken. So it's really, really cool. We don't have to, thank you, Nasty. I appreciate that. Okay, next song. All in the Mind, featuring the legend Razzcast. Let's talk about All in the Mind. Okay. Now, All in the Mind was done after Comic Book Nerd Shit, for those that know that song. Comic Book Nerd Shit has Pharoahe Monch on it. And so me and Rhett were like, how do we balance this out? We got arguably one of the greatest from the East Coast, Pharoahe Monch, on a track. Who are we thinking about here? Now, we had a bunch of names from the West Coast. We did. We got at Ras. It felt like a good balance. And he delivered. The song, it's a play on the phrase all in the mind. If you listen to it, we're talking a lot of brain similes and metaphors, if you will. And it was just a lot. At first it was a lot of pressure. 07, what's the deal, son? You made it right in time for Razzcast. Oh, it's all good, TST. You got time to listen to it. Who wrote? There's 2 S's on it? Somebody wrote 2 S's? I'm checking on here. Oh shit, it does say 2 S's. I didn't do that though. That's the label. I gotta holler at them. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank God it's not me. Race. But it's still Ras, right? Class is 2 S's, ass is 2 S's, pass is 2 S's, whatever, who cares? But we will correct it. We got to do that out of respect. That's Ras. So at first I felt pressure, I ain't gonna lie. You know, when you're rhyming with someone, thank you for that, Nasty, thank you for pointing. Oh, thank you, TST. Thank you very much. That's easily the most important song I've ever written. Thank you. Exactly. You know where I'm going with this, No. So at first, look, there's always pressure rhyming with anybody. Elemento, Mech, whoever. Esoteric. But I think all of us could agree when we, as a group, look at Razzcast and Pharoahe, that's a different level of pressure. That's different. They're from a different planet. For some people, I might be overstating. That's just the way I feel. They're in an elite class of MCing. But everybody is, though. Like, Elemental to me is ridiculous. Some of the things he's done, and lyrically, he's nuts. Esoteric, what he's built with Czarface is ridiculous. It's insane. Insane. Mech is brilliant at what he does. And his brain, even when he's doing podcasts, how fast he is, it's like, these are intellectual people. So anyway, there was an instant pressure knowing that Razzcast was gonna be on the track. And then we just both went for it. And I was like, when I heard his verse, I was just, oh my God, yo, like he just went nuts. And we just kept to the integrity of the topic of the song. And it came out dope. And that's All in the Mind with Razzcast. When I listen, I can't remember the full name, but I honestly cry because it reminds me of mom. Thank you, TST. Yes, that's about my younger brother, James, who had passed away. And so I'll if I remember, I'll tell the story at the end. I just want to thank you, Gorilla. I appreciate that. Yeah, Nasty, you understand what I'm saying. And believe me, you do feel like that. I get it, man. It's like, you know, but that's respect. You respect, even for me, like I respect where they come from. So it's like, you know, I don't approach it like on some, I'm gonna like, there's no competition in my head at all. I just make sure that I'm on point for me. And so that's All in the Mind. Anyway. Okay. Next, speaking of, The Meltdown with Esoteric. Now, I've always wanted to work with Esoteric. I believe that what the planet, the universe that he built with Czarface, to me, is easily one of the most genius things I have ever seen in all of hip hop. You must agree with not only just the music and what he's been able to accomplish with the music, with Inspector Deck, with MF Doom, with Ghostface, with so many collaborations and just insanity, but outside of it with the comic books, the action figures, the videos, everything about what Esoteric is doing is just so well put together that it's just like, I salute him a million times, because what he's doing is not easy by any means. It's not easy, trust me. If it was easy, a bunch of us would be doing that shit. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. Yes. Exactly, Nasty. That's another thing. Me and Esso have known each other since Arsonist and 7L and Esoteric days. So, but it did take a little bit, and here we are. And what stood out to me was, obviously every MC on this album came with their A game, number one. But that track in particular, Rhett went nuts. Rhett went nuts with, it's one of my favorite tracks he produced on this album, is that, the Meltdown joint. And, you know, again, saying some old fly shit, trading bars with one of my favorites, one of my good friends. And, you know, people have been digging that track, and rightfully so, man. I appreciate everybody loving that track, and it's an amazing track, and Esoteric came with it. Maybe Bananas, maybe. There you go, Gorilla. You see what I'm talking about. Yeah, exactly. His outros are crazy. After the Meltdown comes one of the songs that is a standout, not because I say so, but because the supporters and the listeners have said so, and that is Comic-Con Nerd Shit. I'll tell the story one more time. I'll run through it as fast as I can. I don't want to I've already said this story, but me and Rhett, I had told Rhett that I had this idea. I wanted to do some comic book, Comic-Con type concept. We start thinking about who we would like to hear on it, and Rhett sends me the track first. We didn't really pick yet. We had a list of names, but we didn't pick who we were gonna go with yet. So I write the verse, or not write, but spit it. And then me and Rhett say, let's holler at Pharaoh. So talk about pressure. Just to ask him was a pressure moment. It's Pharaoh Monch, bro. So I text him, I send him the track with my vocals on it, and he gets back at me. He loves the verse, he loves where I'm going with it, but he's not sure about his schedule. So I tell Red, and we just kind of like, all right, we shot our shot, let's see. Couple of weeks go by. To make a long story short, about a month and a half go by, and we don't know what's gonna happen. And finally one day, I get a text, and Pharaoh's like, yo, let me know what you think. And he doesn't send me the track with vocals on it. He sends me his lyrics typed out as a text, which is one of the most surreal experiences of my career, to get Pharaoh to type out his lyrics and for me to read them way before I could listen to him spit them. So I'm tripping. And then I reach out to Rhett and I tell him, and now we're both tripping. And we're like basically elated, like two kids locked in a toy store, like we're tripping. And then we get his verse, and now we're really tripping because we're like, this is happening. We got Pharaoh Monch on the album, bro, and he's talking that Comic-Con nerd shit. It's easily a song that people have shown so much love for, and I thank y'all, and that is the quick version story of Comic-Con nerd shit. What up, Kid Drippers? What's going on? That's what's up, TST. That's what's up. I appreciate you sharing, man. I appreciate you sharing. Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you. You know what? I don't know if we're gonna do that. I think Nasty. I think he handles that with DJs, but I don't know if we're gonna go that far. The action figures are on the website right now. I just finished saying this. Thank you. Let's do it one more time. I'm gonna enter this. Let me add this. Let's do this one more time. So here we are. We on the merch, the QR code shop. You click on that, qunique.com, q-unique.com. There's the action figures. But today, if you order the action figures today during this live feed or a little bit after the live feed, I'm giving you extra incentives. You will get a CD, the QR code CD, along with the action figures, a sticker pack, a pin, and a poster, and an unopened pack of Yo MTV rap cards. You get all of that when you order the QR code figure set today while this is happening. The cutoff time will be at, let's say we'll do the whole sale this weekend as far as the incentives for that. But whatever else you order, if you order the QR code t-shirt, the Comic-Con Nerd t-shirt, the tote bag, the iron-on patches, the embroidered patches, the poster or the CD, you still get the Yo MTV Rap pack of cards unopened, and a sticker pack and a pin. But for the action figure set, you get pretty much everything else. Everything, CD, stickers, poster, pack of cards, all of that. So that's the deal on qunique.com, q-unique.com. And let me remind you again, we are down to single digits. We are almost done, and we are not repressing these. That is it. Once this is gone, it is gone. And we have vinyl and cassettes on the way. So stay tuned for that for sure, man. Thank you for that. Thank you, Bananas. That's the deal. What's up? What's up, Tracy and CK? Okay, so now we just said Comic-Con nerd shit. Now we're into Let's Rock. Let's Rock is a fascinating song. Rhett had a track that had that guitar on it. Man. Q-unique.com. It's also in the description. Q-unique.com, or just go in the description. You'll see it right there. Or let me see if I could type it in for you. Q-unique.com. There you go. Whoop. Let's see if that'll go. There you go. Qunique.com. That's for you. And then go to the QR code shop. Let's Rock. Rhett had a track that was just that guitar. And so when I heard it, you know, Rhett knows that I do the rock thing, and so it was fascinating that he sent me that one. I knew where he was getting at. And so what I did was I pulled out my guitar, my Fender Meteora, and I played, actually, no, I pulled out the ESP because it's in drop B tuning. And I played, I matched his chords on a heavier chord, but the way the engineer mixed it, you can't really hear it. It kind of just fills it out for the chorus, and then it goes thin for the verse, and then it goes a little slightly heavier for the chorus. And on that song, when I'm basically talking about the first verse, I'm being witty and clever with a Black Label Society, played again, you know, like just taking names of certain bands and throwing them in the rhyme metaphorically or as a simile. And then on the second verse, I'm giving you a quick little rundown of some history. Peter Castellino introduced me to Black Sabbath. That's my cousin who introduced me to heavy music when I was a kid. And I just kind of go through a quick history of me being in, thank you, Gorilla, of me being in, you know, pursuing rock or being a fan of rock. And then what also makes that song kind of cool is that the guitar at the end is actually DJ Stutters playing a solo. And what we did was he played the solo, we soloed it, isolated the track, sent it to Rhett, and Rhett cut his solo. as if it was on a different vinyl through Serato. So it just made it a little more hip-hoppy, you know, and it was really cool to be able to do that. You know, shout out to Serato for inventing such a cool program. So it's really cool to have like Stutters on the album in that fashion, and for Rhett to cut his solo. It was really dope. And what was the highlight for Stutters was when I said this at the listening party, Akil from J5, Jurassic 5, just turned to me and was like, yo, that was a dope solo, man. That was a dope idea. So shout out to Stutters. That was really cool for that to happen. And then, thank you, Gorilla. Oh, I love Robot Chicken, so I can't wait to see, you know, where they're at with the script and all of that, man. Let's see. Okay, now the last song, Faith, another fascinating song. Obviously, Rhett put it at the end for his own reasons. This song features Sonny Dread, Sonny Sandoval from the band POD, for those that are kind of confused what band that is. That's the band that has the hits, Here Comes the Boom, Boom, Here Comes the Boom, Ready or Not. You know, that song, or We Are, Youth of a Nation, that song, or I Feel So Alive. Those songs that's the band POD. He's also an MC in his own right. I thought what he spit and his cadence, his flow was perfect for the album. Me and Sonny, I produced songs on his solo album, the Sonny Dread album. I'm also featured, I rhyme on 2 songs on his album. So it was dope. He did the trade-off, he rhymed on my album. And on that song, we're kind of talking about our walk, our walk in faith. And I look at that song as a deep song because we're talking about very specific and deep things according to how we view our perspective in all of this. You know, like I say, I have faith, but I don't have religion. Religion is the arithmetic operation of division. And so there's certain lines in there where I'm trying to be very telling of how I see the whole thing. I'm not a religious person. I find myself to be more of a spiritual person. I don't really give in to the whole religious thing. And so, and I know that Sonny's kind of like, I don't want to like speak for him. I'm gonna have him on the show once they're off a tour, and I'll let him kind of like go more in depth on the song itself, and we'll go over it. But it was a moment of he and I just talking about our perspectives when it comes to spirituality and faith. And it was an interesting way of closing out the album. And so, Robot Chicken Around 7 me. Scary now. That's crazy. Wow. Thank you, 07. Thank you. So that's the album. That is the QR code. There you go, Nicholas. You get where I'm coming from. I do have faith because I do believe that there is a supreme being. But I believe that I'm not intelligent enough to describe or try to paint the picture of what we're talking about. I just have this faith. I don't want to go too in depth because I'm going to stumble over my own words. I'm just being real with you because it's a subject and I try to be as careful and as respectful as I possibly can. I don't try to force it on anyone or anything like that. I'm not trying to sell anything. This is just more my perspective. And so you get the point, man. That's what's up, TST. Exactly, no, you know where I'm going. Can we please get either the Tough Talk? Whoa, that was a good pick, man. I forgot about that joint. That's a good one, Nasty. I'm gonna have to go and remember those them lyrics, man. I'm gonna do my best to study up on them. Right now, I gotta memorize a lot of these QR code joints, because we're gonna get into shooting some new videos. You know, I'm not gonna say which videos we're shooting yet, but we're gonna get into shooting a couple of more videos for the album. We already have videos for Cypher up and for Fire Vision, of course. And so we're gonna get into shooting videos for a few more songs on the album. So stay tuned for that, man. I'm very excited about that, obviously. That's what's up, Nasty, you crazy, son. That's me in the corner, losing my religion, lost my squad, lost my identity, tactical confusion, forced by the enemy. In a maze of reception and reception. A power supply, but couldn't make the connection. Following the crowd, gravely mistaken, negotiating a deal, engaging with Satan. Uneven playing field till the odds cursed me, till I had an epiphany, thankful for God's mercy. There you go, that's what only leads the way. There we go. Thank you for the assist on that, son. Oh my goodness, man. So that is the QR code. That was the quickest possible way I could describe the new album to you. It is now on all streaming platforms. It is only a week old. Thank you. First of all, I want to thank a lot of you, if not all of you, for your amazing comments, whether you've been DMing me, whether you've been commenting today in the comment section, showing your love, sharing it, tagging me, all of that stuff, reposting it, spreading the word. Thank you. Like, seriously, thank you. Listen, man, me and Rhett, we are independent artists. Our responsibilities to this art form and to this album are pretty significant in size. And so, you know, some of these things I might not be really comfortable with, but I know what my responsibilities are when it comes to being an independent artist. Whether I'm selling merch, whether I'm talking about the album, whether I'm posting it, whatever. So I thank you all for working with me. I thank you all for your assistance, for your support, for your love. On behalf of me and Rhetmatic, we really, really appreciate it, man. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, thank you. It means a great deal. Listen, me and Rhett, we've been in this game for quite some time. And when you approach, you know, these moments and still get this kind of love, it's surreal. It's surreal. It means a lot. Seriously, I could get emotional, man. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, today I got a call from Swell, from the Arsonist. And I didn't know what he was calling me for. We don't, you know, like we haven't, you know, we speak, but not a lot. And he went right in. He's like, Q, I am proud of you. Q, I am happy for you. This is where he almost had me. He said, Q, I almost cried like 3 times listening to the QR code. That was Swell from the Arsonist said that. Because Swell has been on this journey with me since the beginning. Arsonist family. You know what I mean? And so for me to continue to carry the torch meant a lot to him. And he loves the album. And for me to get a co-sign from my Arsonist brothers means the world to me. And so, you know, Swell gave me that call today, and mad love to my brother Swell, man, for real, man. And I say the thing with you. Have a good weekend, Tracy. I say this to y'all too. Thank you, because sometimes y'all reach it. Listen, man, I don't bring my problems on to social media. I don't bring my struggles and my challenges onto social media. I don't bring my beef or anything onto social media. Y'all know that. Y'all been hanging with me for a while now. So sometimes when y'all get at me, y'all don't know what I'm going through. And your kind words, your words of encouragement, the love, the support, it's so uplifting that it means everything to me. Sometimes I don't really give y'all the full answers. I might say a thank you or give you an emoji. But trust me, it means everything to me. No joke. Every time one of y'all reach out to me, I'll text Rhett on some, yo, we getting a lot of love. It means that much that I have to tell Rhett. So thank you. Thank you for the support and the love for this album. Thank you so very much, man, for reals, man. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, 07. Thank you all. Thank you. So that is now, y'all know the deal. I gave you a quick rundown. Again, today, hooking it up. This sale will be over by Monday, or this incentive thing that I'm doing. Let me get back to the website one more time. When you go to qunique.com and you go to the QR code shop, we got the new merch. We got the QR code t-shirt, the Comic-Con Nerd t-shirt. We got the QR code CD. We got the QR code figure set, the tote bag, the iron-on patch set, the embroidered patch set, the QR code poster, and the Comic-Con Nerd Ship poster. Anything you buy gets you a free unopened pack of Yo MTV Rap cards, sticker pack, and a pin, a QR code pin, right? But when you buy the QR code figure set, you get the CD, the stickers, the pack of unopened Yo MTV Rap cards, and the pin, and the poster. You get a lot of incentives for the figures just because I just want to just reciprocate the love when you show that kind of support, you know what I mean? Because, you know, it's the figure set, you know, it's the most limited thing we have. We're in single digits, and when I say single, I don't mean 9. It's less than 8. It's less than 7. So hop on it, because it might be gone over the weekend. That's the deal. I'm doing that for this. I already took care of it, so you know the deal. My man Gorilla, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, TST. Thank you. That's what's up, Nasty. I didn't even think of it that way, right? You ain't getting in. Let me see some ID. Oh my God. But it's. Thank you, Gorilla. Thank you for that. It also, the way B drew those figures, it's telling, because for me, you see me in action. I'm more of a like. My emotions are very explosive. I have a lot of energy, and Rhett's very quiet, laid back. So even the way the figures look or the artwork looks, it kind of like describes us without us having to say a word, you know what I mean? So shout out to B for such a beautiful artwork, man. I love that album cover. That's funny, man. So yo, man, that is the QR code in a nutshell, man. Thank you, Gorilla. I appreciate that, man. For real, seriously. Hey, yo, Stutters. So let me ask y'all, man. Exactly, No. Actually, No was in the building. Right, No? No was in the building. He came through, and what I could say about No is that he bought everything. No bought everything. Like, he bought the tote, the shirt, the poster, the figures, the CD. No went nuts. No gets props. No gets props. And I think either was Edwin in the building? Maybe Edwin, one of the homies, another homie that comes through was in the building. So that was the deal with that. Yeah, that's right. And the skateboard isn't available yet, and you caught the skateboard. My man Crazy Legs is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Give that boy a salute. The iconic Crazy Legs is in the building. Yes, sir. Crazy Legs was also a part of this whole QR code thing because y'all gotta understand this is a Rocksteady Crew album. That's another thing that went over a lot of people's heads because me and Rhett are senior members of Rocksteady. Dare I say, I'm saying it, but Legs he's gotta co-sign that. You gotta co-sign that, Legs. We've been in Rocksteady. I've been in Rocksteady for a long time. But me and Rhett are members of Rocksteady, so technically, this is a Rocksteady Crew album. So and it's a good one, might I add, according to the listeners. But that's the deal with that, man. You just made me smile, Legs. That's great. So y'all gotta tell me by a show of some mic emojis. Y'all want me to hop in the booth? Obviously, I haven't memorized any of the rhymes on QR code yet, so y'all gotta deal with me. Yes, that's right. Comic-Con Nerd Shit is #1 on the Hip Hop Gods Radio. Thank you, Hip Hop Gods Radio. That is such an honor and a privilege. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So obviously I'm gonna do what I do. Y'all heard all of these songs, but if you show me some mic emojis, I'm gonna go in, we'll just get some lyrical practice in. My man Stutters, I need you to man the desk if you're in the building. And we'll get right into it, Let me make sure I tell Stutters exactly what to play. Thank you, TST. And TST, stay where you are, because I'm gonna tell you right now that I am gonna perform right now, especially for you because you gave such a dope comment. I'm gonna do 133rd Psalm along with another couple of songs. So now let's do this, okay? 91. Now I'll write it down for you. Let me get a pad, son. It's underneath this thing here. There should be like a post-it pad. There we go. Thank you there, Stutters. No, that one was good. That's good. That's good. Here, take this over there. Get this out of here. All right, so we're gonna do 91, 92, 93, 94, and then, where is it? Are we over here? Let's see. No, it's not. Where is that shit? Give me a second, y'all. I want to do this for the homie TST. Oh, there it is. 99. And let's close it with 103. Okay, I picked the songs for tonight. Y'all have heard me do these before, but we're gonna have some fun until I can memorize some of the songs on the album, but we're gonna have some fun. So here's your list. I'm putting it right here. I'm muting my mic. We're going to the booth, ladies and gentlemen. Where is it? Let's go. One, two, 1, 2. Turn up my mic just a little bit. Pinch. Turn up my mic a pinch, please. 1, 2, 1, 2. Q Unique. Here we go. Friday Vibes with Q. We're going to have some fun in the booth. Stutters on the boards. Yeah. QR code. This one's called It Only Leads the Way. Rapmatic on the beat. Q Unique on the words. Now streaming on all platforms. New album. Yeah. Listen. Rise from the ashes. A moment of clarity without opening my eyes through the glasses. Regret some things I said in the past. Shock value raps is dead in the trash. Had an identity crisis. Apologies for the misogyny was pathetic and lifeless. Remorseful and disapprove of my decisions. That's me on the corner, losing my religion. Lost my squad, lost my identity. Tactical confusion enforced by the enemy.
In a maze of perception and reception, a power supply but couldn't make the connection. Following the crowd, gravely mistaken, negotiating a deal, engaging with Satan. Uneven playing field till the odds cursed me, till I had an epiphany, thankful for God's mercy. Yeah, come on, Rapmatic on the cut. So bring your negative mind from out of the shade. Come on, son. Yeah. Bring your negative mind from out of the shade. They don't know, it only leads the way. Blah. Here we go, yeah. 133rd Psalm.
How wonderful and pleasant.
Pick up my mic, please.
When brothers live
Come
together
on.
in harmony.
Listen, this for my brother James. Blood brothers fought Zodiac, we love summer. Thor and Loki, one's chaos, one's thunder. Both for parachutes, one without a ripcord. One's a Jedi Knight, one of them's a Sith Lord. One's a cop, one's a robber. Don't quicken your assumptions, shit's twisted when it's fitted with corruption. One is mama's boy, one will play the streets for love. One's an angry hawk, one of them's a peaceful dove. One's got demons, one is part of God's committee. One's from Metropolis, one's from Gotham City. One's a candlelight, the other one's a burning flame. One's a cool breeze, the other one's a hurricane. One's a scatterbrain, the other one's a level head. One is hip-hop, the other one's a metalhead. One is humble, one needs a beat to brag. One's an oil painting, one is a graffiti tag. That's my brother, my ace. I miss my brother, my ace. That was my brother, my ace. Can I get a peace sign from my brother, my ace? Come on. And this is the last song, we doing this. I'm taking it back, son. 14 years of rap. Arsonist non-fiction. Yeah. Machine gun raps. Yeah. Incineration, your whole generation X. Next context sounding similar to top 10. Must stop when I drop pen ink and take what I'm thinking. Iceberg, your brain stank, got your mind sinking open like the fat beats I'm blinking. Illiterate, you can't read between the lines of 10 times. The pen rhymes you write on blue lines. Exaggerated existence of commercial sounds. Pussy politicians got political prisoners locked down. Hit you with the penny up the skyscraper, eyes find my paper like a board. A secret code, the vital data that can shatter government bodies. Rock parties like a boulder rolling through a nightclub. Might bug out the fact 14 years of rap only got me underground dap. I'm past that like I missed my stop on the A train. Here's the weight gain from the great brain. Past us, great brain. Fucking hate when I ruin the lyrics, but yo, y'all get the point. Thank y'all, man. That was a lot of fun. Salute to everybody in the chat, in the community. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for listening for the new album. It means a lot to me and Rapmatic, for real. Thank you for sharing it and spreading the word. Don't forget, hit up QUnique.com for that figure set and the rest of the merch. Remember, when you get the figure set, you get a lot of incentives: the CD, the poster, the stickers, the unopened pack of Yo MTV rap cards. But if you order anything, you get in the shop, you get an unopened pack of Yo MTV rap cards for sure. Thank you so much. I want y'all to have a beautiful weekend. Salute to y'all, mad love. And I'll see y'all next Wednesday live from the lab, son. Peace!